All right, welcome back, everyone, to part two of our Super Madness tournament. In part one last week, we did the rounds of 32 and rounds of 16. If you're following on YouTube, you can see the bracket right in front of you. And our left side of our bracket is top 8 Marvel movies. Again, seeding was done by box office numbers. So to start us off with our Marvel column, Kev, what's matchup number one?
First matchup, we have the 1 seed Endgame versus the 5 seed Black Panther. Following that, we have the 11 seed Homecoming versus the 15 seed Spider-Man. Damn, that's a good battle.
That is a good battle.
That's gonna settle a lot of debates. You know, what Spider-Man's best, I guess. On the DC side, we have 8 seed Man of Steel versus the 4 seed Dark Knight. Which one do we want to jump into first?
So we stay on the Marvel side first.
Okay, so matchup number one. Kev, what do we got?
We have Endgame versus Black Panther.
What are those seeds?
Endgame 1, Black Panther 5.
I mean, it's Endgame. Does anyone argue otherwise?
I think everyone that supports these movies would say Endgame.
Endgame, right?
It would be a blowout. Black Panther.
As much shit as I've given Endgame, I'll vote Endgame.
Endgame, right? Yeah, okay.
Black Panther, thank you for showing up to the tournament. Yeah. Much respect.
And
rest
in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Chadwick,
yeah,
for sure. What's our next matchup?
Hurts. Next we have Homecoming at the 11 seed versus Spider-Man at the 15 seed.
Ooh.
So the original Spider-Man versus
the
first Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's actually really tough.
This is where we get
the toughest
into
one. Okay.
some discussion,
There's a lot
boys.
to say.
Who's gonna break it open?
Okay, so this is basically nostalgia versus like hype versus actually good Spider-Man depiction. So I guess it depends on which one you value more.
I don't know, because I value both. Tobey Maguire, like we mentioned earlier, was the first Spider-Man, like the first, at least for me, like the first live action movie that I could really get into. Mm-hmm. But at the other hand, Tom Holland, he fucking kills it. He's a great Peter Parker, he's a great Spider-Man, and you really buy into him being Spider-Man when you're watching it. So,
facts. And
all the movies are like really good, like they're well written. So it's really hard to kind of decide, but I think if I had a gun in my head, I'd pick Tom Holland with Homecoming.
Yeah, well said. Hercer.
It's funny because I went into Homecoming with not high expectations. I didn't really know what I was expecting. I was fully blown away by it. Like I loved every minute of it. But the nostalgia of Spider-Man,
it's crazy, right?
is tough, and it brings you back to thinking: is Homecoming just Tony Stark Jr.? Because that's he's like, is it just a Marvel movie or is it a Spider-Man movie?
Yeah,
and
yeah, I can see that.
So that I don't know.
Tobey Maguire was strictly a Spider-Man movie,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Gav.
See, this is tough because like my first instinct is Tom Holland is the better Spider-Man, Peter Parker. But that's not the question. It's not who's the better Spider-Man. It's what's the better movie.
Yeah.
So I'm really perplexed here because I don't really know.
Homecoming does have a great villain.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
I think Spider-Man's
Green
better.
Goblin's great.
Yeah.
Goblin's probably
Harry
better
Osborn
than that.
Damn, bro. I don't know, man.
I mean, you definitely empathize more with Vulture, but Green Goblin is like...
Green Goblin got screwed out of his company, man.
Yeah, but I don't feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him, but
Figure
he's got a point.
I don't know. I'm gonna go out. I want to say Spider-Man Tobey as the movie, but I think Tom Holland is the better Spider-Man. But I'm gonna go Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, like Spider-Man Tobey. 02, better movie.
I don't know. I think I gotta go Homecoming.
I was just gonna say I think the edge slightly goes to Homecoming, even though I have so much nostalgia.
See, I love Spider-Man. I love the original Spider-Man, but I think the depiction of the character is better in Homecoming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what
I think that movie's gonna age better too, because there is some weird stuff about the original Spider-Man. Like it's kind of weird. I kind of ages a little weird.
It's funny that you say that because I was actually trying to like watch it, like I guess a month or two ago, and the one scene that cracks me up now that we're older and like it makes more sense. The scene when Spider-Man he wins the fight, or Tobey Maguire wins the fight, the scene where Tobey Maguire wins the fight, and he goes to collect his money, and the guy doesn't give him the full winnings, and he's going like he's leaving, and the guy who steals the money like with a gun is like going down the hallway, and the guy's like, stop him. And Peter's like, what, 18 at this point, and there's a guy with a gun. Like, what the fuck did you expect him to do, bro? If I see a guy with a gun coming down the hallway, you can go right on the elevator, buddy. Like, I'm not gonna try to do nothing.
Take my wallet while I risk.
Yeah, I just thought it was a funny scene. That, like,
not even to mention the guy just screwed him.
Yeah,
Like,
so other
rude as
things
hell to
like,
him too. Like,
but like, dude, why would I risk my life to save
well,
this scumbag's
hindsight's
money
20/20.
when, like, it's
No,
not, it
I
does
totally
nothing for
agree
me.
with
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just,
a
I
great
just thought it was funny.
And also the fact that when they're in the high school, everyone's like 30.
Yeah,
It's a little weird. Takes you out of it a little bit. I'm giving the edge to Homecoming.
Homecoming?
You know,
If we're going on who has the hotter Aunt May,
oh well, it's not even a question.
It's Tobey Maguire.
well, that's a whole other debate in itself.
I would hope no one's into Aunt May from the original Spider-Man. Then you got a problem, buddy.
Okay.
All right, so Homecoming takes it.
Homecoming takes it.
I'm cool with that.
yeah,
Toby, it's been real, brother.
Yeah, good run. Good run for a 19-year-old movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Make it to
no,
the
for sure.
Elite Eight.
Lead 8.
Again, got a tough matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tough
tough
matchup.
matchup. Tough matchup. All right, next we have Man of Steel versus The Dark Knight. Now, okay,
over to the DC side.
DC side.
This is another tough matchup.
This is a tough one.
It's
feel like
tough.
a
It's
lot
Dark
of
Knight, but it's tough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah, yeah, definitely Dark Knight in my opinion. It just
Has the greatest villain of all time.
yeah, and then when that movie came out in theaters, man, it was just
It gets better every time I watch
epic, man. It was
I
best.
I notice something something new every time I watch that movie.
Yeah.
About like Joker's plan and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The writing is so subtle in that movie. It's great.
Joker alone just puts it over the top.
That movie developed like almost like a lore to it.
Yeah.
Like that's just like, you know,
Yeah.
like you find something new about like maybe like you find a new deleted scene, you find a new behind the scenes thing, or like some kind of like the whole thing about Heath Ledger locking himself in a hotel room for like was it 2 weeks
He literally
Wow.
and
died
didn't
for
sleep.
this
He
role.
had 2 hours of sleep at night and went crazy and kept a diary as the Joker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's just shit. Like that just helps the movie. I feel like.
I feel like also like sad to say, but like him dying kind of makes it more of like a legendary movie too. Just like Tupac and Biggie, like they're
Definitely.
legends, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Definitely.
That type of thing to it.
So
That's showbiz, baby.
love Man of Steel. Man of Steel's great, but I mean Dark Knight is. Even if you're not a superhero fan, I mean, that's just a
Yeah, it's a
good
great
movie.
It's a perfect
It's a
movie.
great. Everyone loves it. My dad loves that movie.
It's
And,
perfect.
Yeah. All right, so Dark Knight, Man of
First.
Steel, good run.
Dark Knight.
Dark
Respectable
Knight, right?
run.
Okay, good. Yeah, Man of Steel had a great run. Again, it caught a tough one in the Elite Eight, but
So that cookie crumbles.
I wish this bracket was like flipped somehow because now we have Wonder Woman versus Dark Knight Rises.
ooh,
That I'm going Wonder Woman again. I think Wonder Woman's better than Dark Knight Rises.
See, I'm gonna have to go with Dark Knight Rises still.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I got to go Dark Knight Rises still too because, again, it's such a big movie. You know, like I don't know the feeling like you see Batman get the shit kicked out of him for the first time. Really, that was cool. I mean, it's kind of dumb but the way he gets his back fixed and all that shit.
You get to see Bane.
Nothing in that movie
You see
makes
Bane
sense
for
to
the
me.
first, well, not the first time, but for the first legit time.
Nothing about that movie makes sense to me.
I get what you're saying, Gav,
It's
but
dumb.
it's just I don't know. Like Bo was saying, like when that came out, it was just like bigger than everything.
I know, but that doesn't make it good.
And I still go back and watch it. I would say it's better than Wonder
But like
Woman.
every time there's something where they have to explain it, or there's like a shift in the plot or something, there's a plot hole. Like I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like every time they cut scene, I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Again, I kind of forget who the villain of Wonder Woman is, and at least Bane. Like, there's some iconic stuff
It's
in Bane.
Ares, the God of War, and Wonder Woman.
Great.
Remus Lupin from Harry Potter.
The werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman
I
is kind of
still- I
a
vote Bane.
forgettable villain. See the thing,
But Wonder Woman wasn't like you said. Your movies come down to villains, but like Wonder Woman was more of like a war movie. Like it wasn't just him as the villain. Like it was kind of like she was trying to stop the poison gas from being. But I guess he was behind that. But still,
And
This is also like the first movie in a while for like a woman superhero that really kind of just
Yeah,
took off.
probably first ever solo.
I also think for as good as Dark Knight was, I think
Catwoman.
Dark Knight Rises was a good follow up because you can't really top Dark Knight.
You think it was a good bookend, like a modest, like they're saying like I'm not even going to attempt to top this, like we're just going to bookend it.
And while Heath Ledger was like a psychological kind of villain, like Bane is just brute force kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I did see a thing where it was every villain of that trilogy fights. It attacks a different one of Batman's senses.
Yeah.
So like Scarecrow is fear. The Joker is just like his mental breaking point. Kind of. Bane is sheer brute force.
I think it's supposed to be emotional, psychological,
Physical.
and physical.
What about Two-Face?
Two-Face is morality.
Oh, morality. There you go.
That's actually probably the best one when it comes to like that breaking down like that.
We didn't even mention Two-Face once in our the whole time we talked about Dark Knight.
It's just because Joker just
Dude, they're so good at it. It was on top of it. It's just even better.
Well, all right, so we're going to go Dark Knight Rises for this one.
And again, Dark Knight Rises, so many of those effects are done
practically.
So I kind of got to give it the edge.
All right, so
because it looks like a real movie. Like when they crash a car and they crash a plane, I'm like that. Dude, they really flew that plane in the air.
Upside down.
Like, down, so like Wonder Woman's all CGI.
I mentioned.
Wait, did they really?
Yeah, they actually.
Yeah,
that
dude.
plane scene.
It's expensive as shit.
No shit, really.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it makes sense because it looks fucking real when you're watching it. But I'm watching, I was like, no way.
They didn't like blow it up and like drop.
Well,
it.
yeah,
It was
but
suspended by another like a bigger plane, but still, it was
Yeah.
Wow.
I mentioned Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face in the last episode.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Just wanted to point that out there.
Congrats.
That counts.
So is that? Do we have our final four now?
We have our final four.
Read it out, Gav, with the seeds.
The seeds. We have the 1 seed Endgame versus the 11 seed Homecoming.
Okay.
Wow.
And then we have the 4 seed Dark Knight versus the 2 seed Dark Knight Rises.
Wow, so Dark Knight versus Dark Knight Rises.
I was trying to not get to this point, but
Well, Wonder Woman wasn't going to beat Dark Knight.
Nah.
All right, so let's start with
All right.
Marvel.
So Marvel Championship.
whoever wins No, I can't.
Nah, you can't say that.
I can't say that.
All right,
whoever
so
wins Marvel.
we got the Marvel Championship between Endgame at the 1 seed and what was it again?
Homecoming at 11.
Homecoming at 11.
Ooh.
First of all, we got to give Homecoming the props for making it to the championship.
Yeah,
Marvel
and
as 11
tell
seeds.
them it's time to go. Pack your bags. Endgame's going to the championship.
I don't know,
I disagree.
man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
All right, well, this is the final four. Let's get into it. Why do you think? Wait, so are you gonna pick it? Or are you still?
I think
Are we gonna talk about
my
it first?
personal enjoyment and which movie would I rather watch over and over again? I'd rather watch Homecoming.
Wow,
I would.
Bold
I
statement.
really would.
You're full of shit.
Because, dude, I feel like Endgame, I already saw all of that in Infinity War. And it's just like a different version of Infinity War. Like, okay, cool. We got all 50 heroes at the same time. Homecoming is such a small, like, story, like, character study of Spider-Man. And it knocks it out of the park with what it tries to do. I don't know. I think I might go Homecoming.
I fell asleep in Endgame too, so I vote Homecoming.
Yo, we picked the worst first guess.
God damn it.
I've seen it in its entirety though. I still vote Homecoming.
Gab, what do you got?
Endgame, 100%. Seen it 1,000 times. I'll see it 1,000 more times. Love it. It's just so satisfying. Such a satisfying ending for me. And then the battle scene's awesome. Cap getting Mjolnir. Tell me you had a better movie experience than that.
Yeah, I kind of did with Homecoming. It's,
No,
again,
you
it's just,
didn't. You're such
I don't know, like,
dude.
Endgame is cool, but it's so much of it is just like, okay, giant battle. Like, okay, it's awesome. Yeah, no, obviously,
God.
like, Cap getting the hammer was awesome. Tony Stark, spoiler, dying at the end was amazing. The way they did it, the Iron Man, but it's 3 hours and 2 hours of it I feel like I've seen before. So I don't know. It's just.
And going off that, it's not that I don't like Endgame.
I
I don't.
love
I'm not saying it's bad at all. But what I'm saying is all the reason that Gavin just said of why you liked it is because it did tie everything together for you.
Yeah.
As a casual fan, I didn't see Thor 2. I don't really care about Thor 2.
saw Thor 2.
But but again, but Thor 2 was a big plot point
Yeah.
in Endgame, and I was lost in that part.
He was just in a hallway.
No, they went back in time, and it was like
They
in
go
Thor
back to
2.
it.
But they don't
And
do anything.
I
Just
didn't
sit in
see
the hallway to talk
I
to
didn't
his
see
mom.
all of the Ant-Mans. So like yeah, Paul Rudd's fine. I'm saying like as a
your
movie,
fault.
like Homecoming, yeah, all right, my
I
fault.
know, I
Whatever.
get
I'm
it.
just
I
saying
get
like
it.
I can enjoy Homecoming, great villain, great character building. It's like that's a great movie.
You can watch it. You put it on
I don't want to watch 26 movies to follow one.
I get it.
Boys,
But
let me.
for the people who did watch all 26 movies, Endgame is
No, I watched all 26 movies, and I
You didn't watch
still
Ant-Man
think
2?
I liked Homecoming better. Just it's just one like great, well told short story. You
Let me-
know, I don't know.
Give Norm his input.
Let me
please.
paint a picture for you boys, because I saw this on TikTok today.
what a way to start.
Yeah, what a way to start. You're in a packed movie theater. You just saw a battle again of the remaining Avengers get fucked up by Thanos. You think hope is all but over, and then you hear Cap on your left, and the whole fucking movie theater goes crazy. Like, I saw that video on TikTok today, and I got chills.
That was
And
awesome.
obviously, like what Gav said, like it ties everything in and makes the Marvel universe full circle. But I mean, just to see everyone come back from dying and the whole ending battle, I just thought it was fucking awesome. And it's just it's got to be Endgame for me on this one.
That's the first time in a movie theater I actually felt like I was a community with everyone else there. Like we were all cheering at the same times. Like everyone was like into it together. Like it was a great experience.
Have you ever seen Creed in Bala Cynwyd?
Oh, I was there. That was great.
All right.
But
Go get
So
Creed.
we got Ty. We got
the guy had a 40 in his hand in the middle of the aisle. It was amazing. Hersh, you remember that, right?
I do.
That's hilarious.
Me and Norm had a crazy Endgame theater experience.
You always have
remember
a
that?
crazy.
No, you remember that?
Oh yeah,
We saw it in North Philly.
in the wrong seats or something.
Took it. Well, we were 20 minutes late, like to the movie. We missed all the previews. We missed the Hawkeye scene. We missed like the whole.
God.
We already saw it at this point though.
It was our second time watching. It was still like it was like the Monday night after opening weekend, and we stopped at Wawa first. I have like a classic size meatball sub, and then
Worst decision to bring to a
ever,
movie theater.
ever worst decision
Why the
ever.
fuck would you bring a full
I was
size
hungry. Like we went right after work.
meatball sub?
Starving. Takes us like 45 minutes to find parking. Get there late. Walk in. Movie theater is just like sardine
Packed.
can. Like it's just like everyone's sitting on top of each
Yeah, no
other,
shit.
packed. Sit in the wrong seats at first.
No, bro, this is what we did. So we walked in on one side movie theater. The seats that we had were on the other side. So we walk around the whole movie theater. Like the movie's going on, we're just cutting through people. We get to our seats and guys, oh shit, we're on the wrong side. We would walk around the front of the movie theater to the other side.
No, we took a shortcut. That we'd walk through the aisles. That
Yeah,
time.
so even worse. And then guys like, oh shit, I think we're on the wrong side. So we go back to the side that we were on and knows where our seats from the first place. You were right the first time. And then some guy was sitting on our seats and like this big ass, like his bodyguard or like security guard was like, yo, you guys gotta move. And he told the people that were in our seats like 5 times before they got up. It was like, it was
Really?
terrible.
He
Yeah.
had the flashlight.
He had a
on him.
flashlight. It was terrible.
It's like mid movie. Like the movie's like going.
And
Like,
then after that, you crinkled open your
yeah,
Wawa
and
sub.
then
Oh, yeah,
loud
yeah.
as fuck opening up.
I'm opening. Like people are already pissed at us because like we made quite the disturbance the whole time. And I get in, I pull like a 12-inch hoagie out of my pocket, unravel it. It's loud. It's messy. I don't have any napkins, so I'm just like,
Pretty sure he dropped his jewel in this one.
oh, I did drop my jewel. No, I dropped my car keys.
Oh yeah, I dropped the car.
Dropped my
keys.
car keys.
Hurts,
And
we-
no, but it was loud. The car keys were loud. Like,
God.
you willingly ordered a meatball sub from.
For the movies. Like,
Like,
knowing he's
Wawa's-
going to go to the movie
Wawa's
theater.
good meatball hoagies.
Yeah, but they're not because they're chicken sandwiches or something.
No, they're
The
good.
chicken strips?
They're good. They're good.
Yeah.
The meatballs?
Yeah, the
No,
meatballs.
they're pretty good, but it's like, why would you?
No,
get
it was
that for-
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. For as in a movie theater.
I got like a pretzel and like candy, like a normal kid.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Hurst, were you there what, for Black Panther?
No, I wasn't at that one.
Dude, so it was me, Eric, John, and our roommates basically at the time, John and Chris. And we fucking go to the Black Panther theater. Again, takes us 20 minutes to find parking. We show up like right as the movie starts. And only 3 white people there. Only 4 white people in the entire theater. So we go packed house again, can't find our seats. So we get in there and there's only like one entrance to the movie theater. So we had to go across the entire aisle to get to our seats. So we're
Oh,
like,
man.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Finally get to our seats. And it's one of those movie theaters. The whole reason we went is because you can order food and drinks there.
Oh, movie tavern.
Yeah,
Oh,
movie
you got
tavern.
the movie tag. I saw Fast 7 there. Fast
I
and
saw
Furious
Man
7
of
there.
Steel there.
Yeah, so we pull up the menus, go to order our food, and then so like the lady has to come out again, only one entrance, so she has to go across the entire aisle with the flashlight.
Damn.
Excuse me. So again, we're like 15 minutes in the movie now by the time she comes out. We order the drinks, she leaves again, again has to go through the entire aisle, brings everything back, has to go through, blah, blah, blah. That happens. Sweet. So we call her back a second time to get like another round.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes all the way through again. Excuse me. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, only one round per person.
So you guys,
We're 40 minutes in this, and she's been here 6 times. We only got 1 drink out of it.
wow.
So again, only white people in the entire theater. Like, just disturbing the fuck out of the entire thing. We're like an hour into the movie, and she's still coming out to like talk to us.
Damn.
So yeah, that was a
Yeah, I
mess.
feel like that's not a good idea to do that in the first place. For that reason, like you just said.
Yeah, no, it's a terrible business model. I mean, they had a bar outside too. You should just buy the beer and then bring it in. You know?
Yeah, and then also I feel like if I'm drinking beer, I have to pay every,
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
which would also suck.
I
Just
ordered
got
the
people
$14
walking
Wakanda royalty drink or whatever.
Was it good?
It was fire. Yeah, it was amazing.
Wakanda royalties.
Yeah, it was amazing.
All right. So back to this match. We went on a tangent a little bit.
Yeah,
but-
what was Homecoming versus Endgame?
yeah. So me and Gav are going Endgame. You guys, are you going Homecoming too, Herce?
I'm going Homecoming.
Damn. So we need a legit tiebreaker for this one. This is the final four.
This is-
Oh no, this is
Let me,
the championship for the Marvel.
Call Max.
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, tiebreaker, Endgame or Homecoming?
Oh man, Endgame.
Hang on.
Sweet, thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Endgame moves on. Okay, there you go.
That's the tiebreaker.
Fair
for
enough.
us.
Whatever.
Love it.
It has to be a new
Thank
tiebreaker
you,
every time.
Max.
All right.
If it's a completely random tiebreaker every round.
No rules.
All right. So we just had our second
Reality
guest.
can be whatever I want.
Yeah,
Good callback.
virtually.
All right. So
Endgame moves on.
Endgame, not surprisingly, makes it to the
Let's go,
championship.
Norm. Good shit.
And what's
It's
next?
funny because we saw Endgame together, you two saw Endgame together, and me and Norm won. So there you
There you
go.
go. Okay.
All right. So for the DC championship, what do we got again, Gav?
We have the Dark Knight versus the Dark Knight Rises.
Two seed versus.
2C versus, I believe it was
1 seed or 4 seed.
2 seed and 4. Dark Knight Rises is actually the 2.
All right, come on.
Dark Knight Rises is actually the 2 seed.
That's not surprising.
Okay. So and Dark Knight
I
was
mean,
Dark Knight was
What's
what?
the finale to?
For it. So 2v4. Not too surprising to see a 2 and a 4 seed in the
No.
championship Final Four match
No.
for the
Yeah, you're
DC
right.
side. Oh, so who would win in a fight, Christian Bale or Christian Bale?
well, Christian Bale with a broken back and no cartilage in his
Or
knees.
Christian Bale with poor mobility in his suit.
yeah.
It's Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. It's
But
this
again, let's delve into that a little bit. Dark Knight is the perfect movie of any
Mhm.
genre. Like it is such a perfect movie from start to finish. I mean, just the villain is flawless. You get the downfall of Harvey Dent throughout the whole thing. That's perfectly told. Again, all the action is shot basically like minimal CGI for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
They flipped a truck for real. That looked fucking awesome.
They blow up a hospital for real,
They blew up
or a building
Yep,
for
they
real.
blew up a building for real.
even just the pop culture, the effect it had on pop culture. Like it was a
Mhm.
phenom when it came out.
Changed
Like,
the game.
Still,
Yeah.
12 years.
how I
They're-
these scars.
One of the best quotes ever.
Yeah, it's a very quotable movie as well. Like there's a lot. It did right. Everything did
You want to see me
right.
make this pencil disappear? Like
Yeah. the only bad scene in that movie is Batman like taking the bullet out of the wall, the brick, and like reconfiguring the fingerprint from that. Like that's kind of pseudoscience-y, but even that, like
Bruce
no one
Wayne.
thinks twice about, like because the rest of the movie's so good, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I love how that's their version of showing Bruce Wayne as the world's greatest detective, but in reality, it's just you have a
He's got
piece of
money.
technology that no one else has. Like, it's being a billionaire. But yeah, her thoughts on Dark Knight?
Oh, it's incredible. I just need to save some bullets for when it goes up against them.
Are you saving it for the? Okay, let's do it for the end. Yeah, that's a tough matchup. Yeah, it's Dark Knight. Obviously, it's better than Dark Knight Rises. It's a shame. I forget what it got matched up with, but the Batman Begins getting cut out in the first or second round or whatever it was sucks because
yeah.
to me it goes Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises for that trilogy.
I agree.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree as well.
Because even though Dark Knight Rises gets worse every time I watch it, Batman Begins gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
16 years later, amazingly.
Nah, it really does. The
Yeah.
whole League of Shadows like intro is awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Should I give Dark Knight Rises its due though? It has some great scenes in it.
Yeah.
I think it made it farther than it deserved.
I think it ends the whole thing well, though.
I think the Dark Knight Rises in this bracket just had some good matchups.
Yeah, it got lucky.
It would have lost a couple other contenders, but it got a good draw.
I guess so.
Okay, so our final matchup is for the Marvel sides, Avengers Endgame, number 1 seed, versus number 4 seed, Dark Knight for DC.
1v4. That's a nice championship game right there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, who wants to go first?
I think the Dark Knight transcends this whole tournament almost in a way.
Wow, great word.
Because it doesn't need anything else. It can completely stand on its own, and that's not even taking into account the acting, the direction, the set pieces, and it's still and even take out, if you want to take my snobby opinion out of it, just as a comic book movie on itself, I think it delivers more than Endgame.
All valid points.
The villain comes from a stronger place than Thanos in the end.
Are you serious?
In the end, from a mind perspective, yes.
I don't know, dude. I think Thanos goes toe to toe with the Joker as far as like the greatest.
But
I think in
movie
Infinity
villains.
War.
but it, yeah.
Well, okay, but it's the same person.
No, it's really not.
I got you.
Because in Infinity War,
Yeah.
he's justified, and then the second one, he's just like
He flips it.
he's like, yeah, I'm tired of you guys. I just want to kill you all.
He's like,
So that's why Infinity War is better to me than Endgame. Because I think Thanos' motivations are stronger in the first one.
okay, that's a good point.
That was a good point.
And I think that
But just for the sake of discussion, like that is a good. Like they are the top two movie
yeah,
villains.
I agree with that. I think Zod's third.
Really,
I would honestly put Zod third. Yeah.
Zod's third.
I
In
need
terms
to
of
see
like
a list
strongest
of-
motivations, in terms of like who I buy the most and who I kind of sympathize with the
Yeah.
most,
Killmonger is probably up there then if we're going
Yeah.
off of that.
for sure. Top
I don't.
five.
I never understood why. Like I like Killmonger. Like I get. Like I like him as a villain, but like I never understood why people like loved him.
Because
Well,
he
it's
has a
Michael B.
legit.
Jordan.
Is that it? Like, is, no,
Yeah,
like
he's
is that
pretty-
it? Is it
I
just,
mean,
like,
I think that's a part of it. Like if it was anyone else, like his character story is still good.
I don't think he has like any crazy good scenes though.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm
I mean,
missing
I think his character is like quote unquote like badass. Like he
Yeah,
has all those fucking marks for people that he's killed.
just like a modern villain, like kind of like a.
That
To me,
and
it's because he has the biggest claim. He has actual legitimate.
yeah, and
gripe.
also that like his reasoning is perfect sense. Like,
He like
Yeah,
you
but
can
how's
make an
he-
argument that he deserves the throne more than T'Challa does.
Right, but
Yeah,
how's he?
in that movie.
How's he any more a villain than any other politician who wants like?
Because he
How-
murders everyone in his
Yeah,
path.
his name is literally Killmonger.
I mean,
and again, I really do think it being Michael B. Jordan has a big fucking part
Yeah.
to play with it.
But I
oh,
don't
it's
thi-
great. Yeah,
He's the most popular. I mean, pretty much he's the most popular actor around right now.
Yeah. I just like I don't know. I just like there wasn't like one scene that blew me away and made me say like, wow, this guy is like a great villain. Like there wasn't really any like diabolical.
Well, I mean,
plan.
he
There
was.
wasn't
What do you mean? He was about to take over the whole world with the.
yeah. Didn't
With
he
the
want to take
vibranium.
over?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
didn't he
wanted
want to take over?
He wanted to pretty much take over the world with the vibranium.
Wakanda.
Yeah,
he
but
wanted to make
that's
Wakanda like the number one thing
Yeah.
of power in the world.
Yeah.
It's a half baked idea. If I'm in Wakanda, I could think, hey, why don't I use the vibranium? to
Nah, but I mean,
control
before
it?
that,
but he
no
was
one else
trying to
had
do
it.
it, yeah.
No one else had it. They probably could have or given the world a run for its money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so back to going off of that. I mean, the Joker is literally a force of nature throughout this movie. Every scene that he's in, your eyes gravitate towards him,
Yeah.
and you're like you hang on to his every word because that performance is so amazing, and just like the chaos of him,
Yeah.
and how much power he has over everyone in every scene. Like
And even when he's not there, when he's not on screen, you should feel his presence.
you're
in a
still
way.
thinking about him. Yeah, you're thinking like, what the fuck's he up to, like off screen?
Yeah, and his motivation is pretty much he's purely just like crazy and evil. Like there's even a scene where he burns all the money. He's not
Yeah,
invested in
dude, he
that.
gets
Yeah.
all. He literally gets like
He's just a psychopath.
yeah, billions and billions of dollars, and then
Yeah, that gives Alfred a great moment.
Alfred
too.
has the best one of the best lines of the movie where he's talking about like he's telling that story throughout of, oh yeah, I was looking for that jewel thief in the jungle, and then Batman kind of gets to his like last resort. He's like, all right, Alfred, just tell me this, how'd the story end? Like, how'd you catch him? And he goes, he was giving away the diamonds to just random people on the side of the road. He's like, it wasn't about the money. He was just doing it for shits and giggles. And that's where the line of, some men can't be motivated. They can't be strong armed. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's this whole thing where you find out like, oh fuck, it's not about the money. He doesn't give a shit about the money. He just wants to
chaos.
It's a
he just-
psychopath.
chaos. Yeah, he just wants to see if he can break everyone.
He wants to break Batman #1, which I think they did a great job tackling They did a great job of tackling the psychology between Batman and Joker in this.
Amazing job.
All right, I think I'm flipped. I want Dark Knight to win.
Power discussion.
Yeah. The more I reflect on it, but it's just the thing for me is like Endgame. No, I can watch that any time, any mood I'm in. Basically, Dark Knight, like I have to be in the mood for like that kind of serious movie, which I guess that's the nature of the movies, you know.
Yeah, it's not a knock on the movie.
But that's honestly like that's kind of what I wish more DC movies were like. Like I wish they were darker, whereas Marvel's like a little more lighter. You know,
they were going that direction before the
everyone
studio
bitched
stepped
about
in
it.
and
Yeah, because the fans,
the fans
the
want
fans
it
want
darker.
it. No, the real fans want it darker, but all the fans who only know Marvel MCU movies, they said it was too dark. Oh, I want my Superman killing. Why not? Like, why not? Why can't Superman kill? Like, who says? Read a comic book. No, DC is darker. That's why the studio said no more, you know, tone it down a little bit.
Well, no, they did it because they didn't make as much money.
Yeah, if they're rated R movies, you don't get the box office.
Yeah, and like
numbers.
even PG-13, like Avengers is PG-13. You look at Avengers 1.5 billion, Batman v Superman 800 million. Like
Yeah.
that's a huge,
Drop off.
earth-shattering difference as far as they're concerned. So
Yeah.
obviously they're gonna think, oh, this doesn't work because they want to make that Avengers money. And if you have Batman and Superman in a fucking movie, it should make that money. Like,
Mhm.
Do the work
Deliver the
and
bad
you'll
movie.
make the Avengers money, DC.
And
yeah,
you-
just take your time
Lazy
with it.
pricks.
And just compare these two, like the opening scenes in both. Like you just went through the whole Endgame like plot, and I already forgot the first scene. Like the opening scene of Dark Knight with the bank robbery and him killing off his own henchmen.
Oh,
Like that's such a bold and
Yeah.
like it just sets the tone for the whole movie.
That's an
And
electric
it's a-
bank heist, but like to be fair to Endgame, I wouldn't call the opening scene. I wouldn't consider the Hawkeye thing the opening scene. Like it is, but it's like it's kind of like a prologue to it, kind of just like a gap.
No, I know it's good too.
I
It's
would
good as
consider
well.
the
Now
opening
that you
scene
say
of
that.
Endgame to be, you got Dear Mr. Fantasy comes on during the Marvel logo, then it takes you right into the spaceship with Tony Stark. So you come in with him and Nebula, and then
The hopelessness of
the hopelessness
coming off Infinity
of,
War.
yeah, of being like out in space, running out of oxygen. And
He's
talking-
leaving that message. Yeah.
And yeah, in the meantime, he's recording pretty much his last will and testament into his Iron Man helmet. And he's just kind of talking to Pepper and saying, "It's when I wake up, the oxygen will be gone. It's going to go to sleep. It's just
And,
gonna
and
be
then
going
in
to
5
sleep.
minutes he's back on
And
Earth.
when I drift away, I'm just going to be you." Yeah, well, then you get to Captain Marvel, and I didn't even get a chance to go on a rant about her. But
Thank
she
God.
sucked. I know. We need an episode alone for that.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think Dark Knight as a whole, kind of what Hercer said, it's the better movie. Like just overall, it's a better movie. But I think Endgame meant a lot more to a lot more people just because you're
That's fair.
so bought into the MCU at this point. It's
Mhm.
been like what 15 fucking years since Iron Man came out or whatever.
It was 11 at that time.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's been a while. There's been so many movies. You're just so invested, and then you see a lot of your favorite characters die in the first one, and then when they come back and save the day, it's a big deal. So
That's really well said.
yeah,
I agree.
They're both amazing in different ways.
Yeah.
One's the conclusion.
exactly.
They somehow made a sequel. They somehow wrapped up a 15
It shouldn't
movie
have
arc.
worked as well as it did.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
They
Like,
managed to wrap up a 15 movie arc well in
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
And then The Dark Knight is just like a standalone sequel, obviously, but it's a standalone, perfectly done drama
Yeah,
that just happens to be about superheroes. So it depends on which mood you're in for, I guess. I'm still going Dark Knight. It's the best movie I've ever seen, especially of this genre.
I think for me personally, I'm also gonna have to go Dark Knight just because, like I said, when I first saw that movie, I was like, wow, that is the best movie I've ever seen. I saw it multiple times in theaters. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight.
Gav.
I'm going Dark Knight too.
Yeah.
Damn, we got Gav to switch.
Got the switch.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
Dark Knight.
I just kept thinking about the interrogation scene. Like that's
Is there anything in Endgame that's like as gripping as that scene?
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
I mean there is.
Like
But I'm
what?
saying gripping, like as far as like just like
Dramatic. Like
I thought the most dramatic scene was
Intense.
the end when Tony's like fighting Thanos and he looks over at
there's things like that. There's Thanos' monologue at the end when you got Captain America, Iron Man, Thor walking towards him, like the three OGs.
yeah, not as good to me.
Then you got the whole scene where Cap wields Mjolnir and beats the shit out of Thanos for like a good 30 seconds.
Doesn't do the same.
I know, but I'm saying like there are like huge scenes in that
Oh,
game
it's huge.
that like
Of course
give
there
me
is.
chills.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're saying, where like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time during that
No,
interrogation.
in terms of chills, it's when everyone shows up. The on your left cap. and then Doctor Strange starts opening up the portals, and
Yeah.
everyone walks in, and then you hear the Wakandan chant in the distance, and it slowly gets closer as it comes.
See,
that gives me chills to this day.
Yeah.
but
I love
in
that.
10 years, will that still give you chills?
Yes.
Or will,
Yeah, that will.
yeah.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, that was.
I'll be popping a chub watching that scene. For the rest of my life.
that was fantastic. I mean, because it starts with like, oh, they're fucked.
Yeah.
It's Thanos' entire army versus who's left at that point, like 10 people, and then like more people slowly come in, and then they fly in and Spider-Man flies. It's awesome.
Well, it starts off. That scene like initiates with Cap literally being the last one standing.
Yeah,
And Thanos just like breaks his shield. He gets up and he's like the last one. He looks up at the whole army and then he hears on your
Just
left.
when things can't get worse, and then on your left.
I love it.
And it's a callback to the on your left to the
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Civil War? Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, to top it off, when Iron Man looks over at Doctor Strange and he just puts up the one sign referring to like when he told him there's one outcome of us winning.
Yeah.
Iron Man just at that point knows he's gotta do that snap and bring everyone back.
What a better way
it's
to
fucking
like
iconic.
it's gotta be the best way to die.
It's even crazier that Robert Downey Jr. did that. Like, that wasn't in the
It
script.
was improv.
Yeah,
that is.
supposedly,
That's
yeah.
one of
I
those
am Iron Man,
things.
and that goes back to their very first movie when he's on the
That's
the
amazing,
podium and he says it.
That's one of those things of greatness that like you wouldn't miss it if you didn't know.
Mhm.
Like if they originally wanted it to be nothing. Like he doesn't say anything. He just looks out Thanos and snaps. Then they brought him back in like weeks or whatever, however long it was after, and they're like, "Hey, just try saying something here." And like after like X amount of like retakes, RDJ finally just says, "I'm Iron Man," and it's like perfect. It's like it's right in front of you the whole time. Why wouldn't I'm inevitable? Well, I am Iron Man, fucker. It's like, but like now that you know it's there, you can't picture it without it. Like it's
No,
perfect.
it's the perfect way to end it.
That gives me chills too.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, well, Dark Knight.
My vote's still Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight wins.
Unanimous.
Yeah, it's unanimous.
Damn, so we got a blowout in the championship game. You hate to see it, but
We made it close to the end because you did kind of get me going with the final scene, but it's Dark Knight. I mean, it's the perfect movie. Again, if like Hercer was saying, if you show both those movies, again, this isn't about that, but if you show both those movies to someone who doesn't care about any of this, Dark Knight, you can just watch that start to finish, be like, oh, that's the coolest thing ever.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think Dark Knight takes home the trophy
Does.
of the
Damn.
first annual Super Madness.
First annual Super Madness.
Christian Bale can come pick up your trophy whenever you want.
Have a beer or two.
Christopher Nolan, you're not invited simply because your movies are too confusing.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us through this whole bracket and listening to us dissect it. I hope you're not too upset with some of our opinions. If you have any questions, if you want to call us out on something we said that might offend you or your opinion, keep it to yourself. We're the ones who bought the mics. You can, comment on our page, and we'll get back to you.
That being said, if you are still inclined to do it, you can find us on Instagram on _super podcast, Twitter, _super_pod.
Should we do an honorary me versus Joker since Dark Knight?
I was gonna say that, but I feel like we're gonna do a Dark Knight episode
We're
eventually.
going to do it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
sure.
get there.
Well, maybe I should go against like Two-Face or something.
You wanna do that?
I mean, if you guys want to.
Okay. All right. So
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be funny. Or Danny DeVito Penguin.
That would.
Isn't Scarecrow in this one? Or he's in.
He's kind of in Dark Knight.
he's in he's technically in all three.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh, he's the judge in
judge in the third one. Yeah.
fucking.
What is he in the second? Oh, the second one. He's the beginning.
Well, they're in the parking garage.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Fucking
saying. Parking garage.
Tom and Shelby.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy, I think his name is.
Yeah. All right. So for this one, since we don't have since we're gonna do a Dark Knight episode eventually, the Joker will be the villain of that one. So instead, we're gonna do an honorary Storm and Norman Super Showdown against the secondary villain of this movie, which is Harvey Dent Two-Face. And again, to remind everyone of the rules very quickly. Gav and I choose the weapon. In the case that Storm and Norman goes against a non-superpowered villain, and Norm chooses the location.
Where am I gonna fight Harvey Dent?
Got to be somewhere in the movie too. Usually.
I'm gonna fight Harvey Dent. I'm gonna fight Harvey Dent right outside the hospital.
What? right outside the hospital.
Yeah,
just
right before
in
it
the parking
blows
lot.
up. Yeah.
What advantage does that give you?
I don't need an advantage to fight Harvey Dent.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's your funeral.
Let me fucking pick, bro.
All right, so
His
This-
weapon.
his weapon?
Harvey Dent has this gun.
Dude, I think I could beat Harvey
His
Dent.
first
Harvey Dent didn't
quarter.
even know the Joker was the Joker when he was wearing a nurse outfit.
Yeah, that's
Until he
fine.
pulls off.
He's fucking clueless. This would be
Yeah.
a piece of cake. Come on.
Okay, Gab, what's his weapon?
What's his weapon?
A
A
pencil.
riot shield.
I was gonna say a pencil.
I was gonna say a Gotham SWAT riot shield. He has a gun. Harvey Dent has a gun.
Yeah, Harvey Dent. He has a gun and a double-sided silver dollar coin. Riot shield.
Riot shield.
Okay.
Riot shield and a baton. What do they call
No,
it?
he gets
A
one. He
nightstick?
gets one. He gets one.
I know, but come on.
Package deal.
It's not a package deal.
You can't kill someone with a riot shield. All right. You get a riot shield. Riot shield.
All right, so no one gets a riot shield, and Harvey Dent gets a gun with, I guess, 6 bullets in it. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Hersh, you got any say in this before I get into it?
Well, do we say what weapon Harvey Dent has, or
He has
it's
a gun.
just- oh, it's just a gun?
Just a gun.
Six
Just his gun, the
piece.
gun that he has in the movie, and his quarter.
I'll throw in a SWAT helmet for you.
No, that's not how it works.
Oh.
Riot shield.
Then I don't know.
Riot shield outside the hospital. I don't get the hospital, but
I mean, dude, what do you want me to fucking pick? Like, playground?
parade.
Nah, dude.
The parade where like the Joker is just
Yeah.
in the thing with where no one notices the Joker for some reason.
GCPD.
GCPD. Nah, I'm fighting him in front of the hospital that he blows up. Or no, that's Joker.
Honestly,
blows up.
I probably would have said the rooftop where he's holding Joffrey.
Oh, yeah.
And that way you can push him off the rooftop and it does the killing for you. You have riot shield.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to fight him in front of the hospital where all those kids are on the bus. They can see me beat up Two-Face.
Norm loves a crowd.
I do
know,
love a
that's
crowd.
his thing.
That's the whole thing. You got to beat someone up in front of other
Yeah.
people. But, dude, easy 1-2. It's over. Like, I'm not even worried about this one. This is my second win. Because I got a riot shield. He's got a gun.
Yeah.
He's got to hold it in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Charge that pussy. Hit him with it. Knock the gun out. Steal his gun. Shoot him in the face. It's over.
All right, now, I don't know if you forgot about this part, but in the beginning of the movie, someone pulled a gun on Harvey Dent in court and he disarmed him and took the gun apart in like seconds, like
True.
a master
Yeah, I do
marksman.
remember that.
So,
Always buy American.
yeah. So let's remember, he's not some slouch. You know, he's
I'm not saying he's a
Tommy Lee
slouch, but
Jones,
if I got a riot shield and he's got a gun,
you don't think he could rip that riot shield off?
This isn't like Call of Duty where riot shield just kills someone.
2-hit
What-
melee,
yeah.
2-hit melee. Nah, dude.
I just gave you a riot shield because he has a gun and I just didn't want you to die like as soon as
yeah,
he flips
but
a
if
coin.
he's in front of me and he's got a gun, all I gotta do is hold the riot shield. In front
You don't think he could just like run around you and shoot you from the back before you
I
can turn around?
just move the shield as he runs around me.
Let's remember this. He always has to flip a coin before he comes to a decision.
That's the other thing. I'm
So
not even
his
being.
decision is to whether I want to kill you or not. But he's gonna flip the coin, but it doesn't matter because the coin is the same size for both.
I was also
Doesn't matter. Keep going. What are you gonna say?
No, because the coin's 1/2's burnt now.
Yeah,
And
so
when
his
he-
coin
that's
actually
what-
does
that's
why he
matter.
flips it.
Okay, yeah.
One is
and when he
damaged.
disarmed the gun, he had his whole face. He didn't.
Yeah,
Wasn't,
now
wasn't
he's-
have face. Now he's
yeah.
he's deformed.
Yeah.
so might be an
Do you
advantage.
might be
Norm.
fucking
need
his-
full face to disarm Norm of a riot shield.
I think
No,
you
but
need
his
a
left
lot
side
more
of his
than
face
that.
probably a lot more sensitive. Than
Probably
the
can't
right.
see.
Yeah, I'd have
So if you hit
slapped
him
the
with a
shit
right,
out
if
of
you hit him with
him.
a right hook, he's probably in a lot.
If
of
you
pain.
could like somehow use your riot shield to maybe throw off his like vision, not like kind of like make his perception think like he's shooting the riot shield, right? Then you can kind of come up and hook him with your right on his bad side.
what I'm
That's gonna
saying.
hurt. If you get
That's
hit
what I'm
on
saying,
your
bro.
burnt side like that.
So that's what I'm saying. I got the riot shield. I charge at him. He's shooting at me. I was not gonna get hit because I got a riot shield. Get close enough, bang that shit up against his face,
yeah.
and then
Kick him in the dick, take
Theoretically-
his gun, and shoot his brains out.
I don't know about kicking the dick. That's kind of a low blow, but
You're gonna kill him.
I'd rather just get shot
Yeah,
in the
but
face and
with,
kicked in
like,
the dick. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna pick his gun up and shoot the good side of his face, and that's a wrap. So he's,
All right. So that's that.
what do you guys
Beau,
think?
what do you think?
See, I think Norm has a huge advantage here because again, he's gonna have to flip the coin.
Yeah, he might not even want to kill me.
He might not even want to kill
I
you.
might just be
So you got
killing
a
an innocent
50-50
person.
shot there. Even if the coin does come up, in favor of killing Norm, the riot shield, he's probably going to pop off a couple shots, runs out of ammo. Again, you hit him with the right hook, hit him with the left side of the face, which is burned up. I think he goes down, man.
yeah.
I think Norm. I usually go against Norm. I think Norm has this one.
We gotta remember, like I said, he's oblivious. Like he didn't notice the Joker was the Joker, so he's not the brightest.
That
bulb.
was kind of ridiculous.
Is
When
this,
you go back
taking
and look at
is this taking place like at the hospital? Like as he like
the
before
hospital's
it
blowing
blows
up around them.
As he's strapped down. In
It's
his
the hospital's
bed.
blowing up. No, because I'm wondering because like when the hospital blows up, Harvey Dent is like in the hospital for his.
Yeah, but this is like a video game. Like the background is just
okay. So the background just happens to be there.
Yeah,
But he's like health. He's like relatively health. Like
things are exploding around you, but you don't even notice.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
But he's like end.
Injustice
He's
style.
like end of the movie Two-Face where he's like moving around
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Plot
he's like in
twist.
pain. He's not still like on a morphine
No,
drip.
full-fledged Two-Face. He's fully lost his mind, so he doesn't feel pain
I
anymore.
hit Two-Face into the hospital and then it explodes, like in the
All right, James Bond.
Injustice movie or games. He interacted like the surrounding.
Yeah, you kick him in and he goes flying
Yeah,
back.
Norm, I'm your biggest fan, but I'm going Two-Face.
I'm actually going Norm this one for the first time.
Hercer, tiebreaker.
Norm 100%.
Let's go.
Damn.
Bring it
Okay,
home the
again,
dog.
drop a comment.
A deformed,
Wait, so what's my
butthurt
record now?
guy.
Two up, two and two,
Two even, yeah.
2 up. All right, that's 500.
2 and
2-2.
no, this is episode 6. Well, this is the 5th Storm Norman showdown. So you'd be 2
Lost
and
his eye.
3.
Zod, Mysterio.
Lost his
Lost
Zod,
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Oh, I forgot about Steppenwolf last week.
Oh yeah, I got
No,
destroyed,
it's 2 and 3.
destroyed by
Jeez.
Steppenwolf.
That was a quick. That was a quick.
2
one.
and 3. You'll bounce back
Just-
next time.
The Zod one was a pretty quick one too.
Yeah,
Even with Kryptonite, it was still.
Mysterio was pretty quick too, I think.
They were all. They're all pretty quick.
I mean they got superpowers. I'm just some kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what you think.
Just a kid from Brooklyn.
South Jersey till I die.
Okay, so thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed our first annual Super Madness tournament. Again, if you have any movies that you think should have advanced further to the Final Four, drop a comment. Let us know. Again, Instagram, _Super Podcast, Twitter, _Super_pod, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Yeah, catch us on Gmail at thesuperpodcasters@gmail.com.
Coming to TikTok soon.
And check out our TikTok. What's it? Super Podcast?
The Super Podcast.
The
yeah.
Super Podcast. Okay. All right, great. Thanks. And thanks again to our first guest, Hercer.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Hercer.
having me.
Of course.
Great having
Of course, anytime. All right, thanks again, guys.